How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm pumped for tonight.
Melissa went to the show last night.
I did.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I
Did you
loved
have
it.
fun?
I had such a good time.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank
What a great
you.
tour.
Yeah, it's the energy last night was incredible. It was
Now,
great audience.
I do want to ask you with this tour, did you expect the audience you're getting? Because this is one of the most diverse crowds I've seen.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest with you. I didn't know, how it would do and what the crowd would be like. And we've been sold out almost everywhere. And the crowds are so diverse. I mean, like what you're saying, I see women of all ages out there, their husbands, sons and daughters, gay, straight, black, white, whatever. I think it's really cool to see people coming together to watch entertainment.
It's sort of shocking. Like,
it's
as
cool.
I was looking at the crowd outside, I'm not sure what I was expecting because Melissa said expect a very diverse crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, it's from 5 to like 55, 65. You're getting it all.
Yeah, I think the common thread is people that just like good entertainment, you know, and they're open and I just want to have a good time.
Great.
Yeah.
How are you handling the celebrity of the whole thing? Like, I know.
Or you're assuming I've handled it. I don't know.
Have you not?
I think I'm still working on
you
that
on
part.
medication right now? Well, I know that there are just
journaling. Let me tell you.
There are some like American Idolists that have sort of like when you're not used to that kind of celebrity and all of a sudden it's thrust on you, you kind of fade out, right? But you seem to be like ready for it.
It took a minute to get used to, and I'm still finding myself in moments going like, oh my gosh, what is this? But I think being in LA from the age of about 19 when I moved to LA, and kind of being on the sidelines of the industry kind of prepared me for a little bit of this. Obviously it's different when you're in the center, but when you look at that from the outside, being in that industry, you become desensitized a little bit. I think that helped a lot.
When has there been one particular moment where it's felt like overwhelming to you?
I think a lot of times whenever you do any of those like red carpet events where you show up and there's a whole sea of photographers flashing, they're all yelling your name, that gets a little, you're just like, just sign, I'm cool, but inside you're going, oh my gosh, stop yelling at me,
Right.
How do you handle the bad criticism or the rumors that come out about you with celebrity bloggers? I know one blogger in particular can be brutal sometimes.
I think you just have to have a sense of humor about it because it's really everybody has an opinion, and I think the one thing about the internet that's so funny is you see a lot more negativity on the internet than you see positivity, but in real life the people that I encounter at my concerts and on the street are all positive, so I try to just kind of ignore it, to be honest with you.
How many times have we said this on the show, like the internet is what, like a coward's canvas?
Oh,
there's no accountability at all.
Yeah, it's anonymous, so people go on there to complain and bash people, and if that makes them feel better about themselves, then that's great.
There's a tweet I sent out during the show of a moment I want to say thank you for, because I'm an out lesbian, and when you kissed your guitar player and the women, who's a guy, and the women were screaming like it's one of the sexiest things they've ever seen, I thought, man, we have come so far. Thank you, Adam Lambert, for doing that. So thank you for being so strong in your sexuality and the fact that in you as a man.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I kind of do it to prove a point every night. Yeah, I'm a little subversive that way. Just a little.
The reaction last night is far different than at the award show.
The fans get a kick out of it.
They loved it last night, and it was authentic. It was authentic love.
Really?
So it was a great moment. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
There's an internet rumor that every night, like, you rotate genders that you kiss. Like on Tuesday night you'd kiss a dude, Wednesday night you kiss a girl.
Where am I doing this?
I don't. It's on the internet. It must be true.
Well, the internet must be true. Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, I don't know what that means. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Rotate gender. No.
No? Okay.
No.
Another thing they say on the internet also, and tell me if this is true or not, that you had an epiphany while you were doing shrooms at Burning Man.
I never said
audition.
Shrooms. I said certain substances. So
you said you were ingesting fungus or
it's
something.
all up to your imagination.
So it's like ad-libs.
I had a salad. There was some shiitake, come on.
And you had an epiphany after that salad.
I did. The epiphany wasn't to go on American Idol. I think the author took a little poetic license with that. But what it was that I had kind of up until that point had been kind of frustrated artistically, like things weren't happening in my professional life, and in that moment I realized that I needed to just go for it and take some risks and be proactive in my career and making art. And so when I got home from that festival, I just started writing and working with different musicians and really hit the ground running, and I think that really started the ball rolling for the Idol audition.
I bet a lot of people had salad at that very concert that
I probably
weekend.
did.
And came home with
that
a
was
totally
a good
different
salad. Yeah,
it was
that's really
a
good.
great shared salad.
Yeah.
Speaking of American Idol, what do you think about all the changes replacing the entire cast with Jennifer Lopez and rumored Steven Tyler? Do you think it's going to last?
I think it sounds great. I mean, I think it's good that they're going to put, or that they want to put in established artists. I mean, I think that gives a lot of credibility to the judging, and I think that it sounds like they want to diversify their judges as well. I mean, they have like an iconic rocker like Steven Tyler, and someone like J-Lo, who's like a pop urban performer and has been in movies and has danced.
Yeah.
I think it'll like make it well-rounded. I think that'd be great.
At some point, like some American Idol singers, you sort of forget when they leave American Idol that they were part of American Idol. Like when I think of Carrie Underwood and I think of Chris Daughtry now, I don't really think of American Idol. Is that sort of the goal? Or is that
it's
just
not
kind
that
of
I would
a
ever say that I would want people to forget my experience on there, because I had a great time, and I think it was obviously if it weren't for Idol, no one would know who I was, and I got a lot of great opportunities out of it. But I think that it is important to look at the person as a relevant recording artist, and there's a difference between doing someone else's music and singing it live on stage, and then actually recording something in a studio and have it being played on the radio.
Right.
So they are two different worlds. So I hope to be recognized in both.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
One thing I heard a lot of fans say is, when are you going to do a duet with Lady Gaga?
I don't know. You'd have to ask her. She's the real busy one.
Would you be open to it?
Would I be open? Of course.
Right.
I mean, we've got to put it out there. We've got to put it on
I don't know.
the internet.
It might be redundant. She already wrote a song on my album.
Okay.
And we recorded that. I was in the studio with her. Spent a day in the studio with her. So we've worked together.
All right.
So I don't know. She might feel like, oh, I've been there, done that. I don't know.
Would you wear like a meat Speedo?
A meat suit. Yeah.
You would wear a meat suit?
Why not?
She might love that.
That has to smell weird,
Yeah, that's not a
right? Unless it's like marinated meat. Unless she went for like the like Kobe like soy glaze. Did she glaze it?
I would not want to sit next to her for an extended period of time. Like at first it's all cool, and then it starts to reek at about midnight.
It actually probably kept her from bruising if
Right.
she had hit
Maybe.
herself at all, or it kept her cool.
And think if there were other people that ate the same kind of salad you did, how good she'd look at like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Ew, gosh, that's awful.
If she just happened to fall on a grill, she would be all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Questions from Twitter. I think we all asked, like the Twitter community, like
We
what question
did.
should we ask? Apparently last night, you were there, Melissa.
Uh-huh.
During your song Soaked, there was like complete silence comes over the crowd, and so many people asked me to ask you, like, what are you thinking in that moment when there's complete
it's funny,
silence?
the last couple of days during my meet and greets, that is the most common question. What are you thinking during Soaked?
Right.
What do you think? I'm thinking about the lyrics of the song. I'm thinking about the feeling that I'm hoping to inspire in the audience, and the feeling that I have when I'm singing about it. I think my personal interpretation of the song is that it's about kind of the dead end search for love in the wrong places. Sometimes we think that we can find it by I think the song's about getting trashed and going to a bar and looking to fill a void, and I think I've gone through those periods in my life, and so I relive that search and that kind of feeling of hopelessness. But the silver lining to the song is that it keeps saying your soul's going to be okay. So it's not like oh, I'm feeling sorry for myself. It's just reliving those times that maybe weren't so bright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one of the common questions I got on Facebook and Twitter was,
Yeah.
is Adam Lambert dating anybody? Are you single?
I am so single.
Oh, so single.
Yeah, I mean, I go from city to city. How could I date anybody?
Are you enjoying that?
Sometimes I do mingle. So
Yeah?
yeah. I mean,
Now,
I
you were
would
in
like
Atlanta
to.
last night. Where did you mingle last night?
I went home and went to bed.
Did
I was
you?
tired.
That's
Yeah.
just fun.
There
I was still
people going
recovering
out to
from New
Blake's
Orleans.
last night trying to find you. People going out to Amsterdam trying to find you.
No, I was recovering from New Orleans still from last night. We had some fun in New Orleans, but I would love to eventually be in a relationship. I think I'm ready for that in my life, but I'd need to be in one place for more than a day. So.
I'm assuming you've never had a tough time like dating.
Oh
And
yes, I have.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's not easy.
I just assume it's a different world for like good-looking people. Like,
Good looking is only part of it. I'm crazy. So once I figure me out, maybe I'll be able to find somebody else. I don't know. It's complicated,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Atlanta.
Thank you.
Have a great show tonight.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, my
And if
pleasure.
you feel like pulling a girl up on stage tonight,
See, but
making
that's-
out.
I only did that once. I only kissed an audience member once. So this
Okay.
is see.
Oh,
and-
really?
I mean, I'll be
And
an
everybody
audience.
kept
Just
going,
saying.
and then every time I talked to any sort of media right after that happened, they just like turned it into something that happens in the show nightly. I was like, hey, spontaneity is something that I hold very dear to my heart, and I think people need to realize that my show's not gonna be the same every night.
Yeah.
and that things just happen.
You can't
Not to
trust the
make live-
media. We're going
No.
to so manipulate this interview
are
to make
great.
you sound like an asshole.
Oh, I hope so.
Thanks, Adam.
Thank you.
Adam.
I appreciate it. Yeah, you too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I love your glitter.
Thanks,
great.
You're so sweet.
I'll look for you in the